Hi, you're here with Just Maria D. Welcome back to day 16 of Vlogtober. I'm back with another YouTube collaborators collaboration, this time hosted by Mummy and Mia, Homeschool Chronicles and The Simple Rugged Path. Today the collaboration is called Pumpkin Spice and All Things Nice. As usual, there will be a playlist and links to the host in the description below. In this collaboration, we were to come up with the recipe or a craft using pumpkin. I have gone with a really good Australian recipe for pumpkin scones. It's a very ochre recipe. I think it originated in Queensland, but I could be wrong with that. I have had to go and source proper pumpkin. Pumpkins in the UK are not like they are in Australia at all, so I've had to drive out of my way to find somewhere to buy proper pumpkin. And so I've just now roasted my pumpkin because I didn't want a lot of moisture in my scones, and I've prepared a cup of it. Now, as you can see, I've got a separate pile over there for bits and pieces that I'm pulling off. That's not the skin, that's the stuff that's too hard to go in my scones, and I'm going to put that in some soup. I'm now adding 55 grams of dairy-free butter so that Joey can eat these, and I'm going to add that. I'm going to cream it. I'm going to add a half a cup full of Demerara sugar. You can use any sugar you like. I just happen to like the caramelized flavor of this one. I'm going to add an egg and mix it all, cream it all up together. When that's done, we're going to add in our cup of pumpkin and pulverize it till it looks really creamy and all the major lumps are out. I've ended up adding about 3 teaspoons of allspice or mixed spice. You can add as much as you like. I've added a half cup of oat milk so that I can keep it dairy free because Joey is lactose intolerant. We're now adding 2.5 cups, very messily, of self-raising flour. Now, just as well, I read the comments of this recipe because many of them said that this recipe was too sticky, that they needed to add more flour or less milk. So I have gone with keeping the milk the same and adding in more flour, and I reckon I probably came close to adding another 2 cups worth just to make it the right consistency that you see here, that is right for mushing together like this, not over kneading it because you don't want to over knead your scones, but just kind of flipping it about till you get a good shape, till it's not too sticky, so you can start to cut your scones. Now, I inevitably use a glass which I dip into the flour and just cut shapes out like that. Now, my friend Jackie that I went to university with, she reckons that, and I'm pretty sure I've got this right, that the secret to scones cooking is to place them all close together. I vaguely remember that she used to often place them quite close on a scone tray, and she was probably one of the best scone makers I know. Now, for this last little bit of the scone mixture, I've actually decided to add some rosemary. Now, unfortunately, I think because it was just thrown in like this, you couldn't taste it really well. Next time I wouldn't mind crushing it and getting it into the recipe properly. Even though we've got sugar in there, I think the savouriness of the rosemary would add a nice touch. You could leave the sugar out of this recipe and you could use more savoury flavours. As I said, rosemary I think would be really nice. I think it would be nice having pumpkin and cheese scones as well. But you can mess around with this very basic recipe and make it your own. Once I got the flour consistency right, it was a good recipe. Now, my oven is not on gas mark 6 as it should be, it's on gas mark 4, and once it is on gas mark 6 you cook it for 15 minutes. I have got a skewer which I'm going to test these to make sure that they're fine, and they are. 15 minutes was just about right. So here we have Joey, and he's going to be my guinea pig. I'm going to give this to Joey because Joey doesn't like pumpkin.
Yeah, I don't like pumpkin.
So see what you think. Watch it, they might be warm.
Butter. Cool. Oh my gosh, that's hot.
Yeah, I said they might be hot.
Tastes like a scone.
Oh, so you can't taste the pumpkin?
Oh, I can taste pumpkin.
But are they alright?
Yeah. It's like a very light taste.
So given that they've got pumpkin in them, they're alright?
Yeah. So much better now.
Would you have another one?
Maybe.
I've got some with proper butter on it now. Proper butter. I don't think I can taste the rosemary.
No, you can't.
Good. I would definitely do those again. I'll put a link to everybody down below. The hosts, Ingrid over at Mummy Mia Homeschool Chronicles and April over at The Simple Rugged Path. I will put a link to the playlist down below. There's some really yummy videos of really yummy food on some good, great videos. I've watched the playlist this afternoon, so I know that they're all good. And yeah, I've been Maria. You've been awesome, and I've got to run to a meeting. Bye.